Today I'm going to be showing you the level I made for my assignment. This is just the audio description of what happens going into my assignment. I will later on, at some point, do a full playthrough without no speaking, just fully go at it. But for now, I'm just going to show you and just take you around the map, just describe what I did here in which part of the map. So at first, we're just here at the start. This is where the player will start. As you can see, there's a road. I built this road purposely just to lead the player just to where to go, just to give the direction of the player where to go, rather than have the player just wander around the map aimlessly and just not completing the level at all. I had a few decorations like some plants, some cactuses, a house here, so on and so forth. I've also altered the terrain a little bit. I don't know if you can tell slightly, but I put some bumps, like sand domes and whatnot, to make it look like a bit more of a desert, because in real life a desert always has sand domes, and the sand is not always even. It's always have bumps that goes up and down, so on and so forth. So we'll get started here. So at the moment, I put this here just to give the player like a little indication this is the start point. So the player knows, well, hopefully the player will knows that. So if we go along here and just follow the path, here is one of like a quest. This is here because I wanted the player just to understand what this is. So if you see one of the quests at the bottom of the quest log, it says enter the combat zone. But if we go here, now that you see it's 100% complete, it's got a tick to it, meaning that it's done. Hopefully this does suggest to the player that by doing this action and getting to that point, he or she will be able to complete this game, so on and so forth. Now if you continue along, here as well, if you notice that the roads slightly disappear, this is because I added like a sand dome, I added like a bit more sand, I raised the terrain or lowered it, just to give like this quality effect. Like, let's say, over time, sand blew over, and just like kept coming and coming, because it keeps, well, so on and so forth. So over time, sand will just keep blowing over new things, cover them, so on and so forth. So it's just to make it effect that over the years, this part of the road has been covered by sand, and you have to go like over it, and so forth. So you are going to see some of those parts that have like slight covered, and sometimes they're going to have like a majority bit of covered. If the player just keeps moving forward and guess where they are, they can probably find the road again, but it won't be that difficult for the player to get lost. So if you continue along, you see just around that corner, you see just this first enemy, and obviously what looks like to be a pyramid. So the player gets close. So, and if he or she again looks at the quest log, one of the quests says defend the pyramids. So if I now quickly go here and let's say quickly destroy this enemy with my 30mm cannons. Now obviously now that it's been played, I've destroyed it, and obviously instead of now saying 0%, it says 40%. So that means there's more jobs to do, like more cannons, like more enemy cannon turrets to be destroyed, etc. etc. So as you can see, there's a lot of them here. So let's just get that going. As you can see, I put a few throwing barrels just to give the player a bit more like, okay, if you can shoot that or hit it, it'll explode and do X amount of damage. That X amount of damage is basically 100 damage. So like all the turrets I have like 200% health. So for now, each of my 30mm cannons do about 20% of damage. So in order to destroy a turret with the twin cannons, the player has to hit the turret just accurately about 10 times. So let's just keep going. And as you can see, my armor as well, because I've been hit, I'll quickly get hit deliberately here. As you can see, it just went down. For this purpose, I put the damage for these rockets for 20, because obviously they're rockets, they move to high impact, high explosive, armor piercing damage. So obviously they will do a lot more damage than your regular, let's say, ones with fire like bullets or lasers. So let's just quickly destroy him before he does take me out. Again, I'm just using the 30mm cannons just to get that. I'll just keep showing you. Now here is a laser turret. Obviously you can tell that it's doing a 10% damage. If I keep going. at the moment, you see my health is like at no bottom low. So what I want to do is, like, in case my health is like that and I don't want to get too close, I can just quickly do that. It will fire an artillery piece. That sounds off. The artillery piece does 100 damage, so if I want to kill it, I probably will have to do it twice to hit it, and obviously you can see that it did. So let's just now get to there, and hopefully they will hit to destroy said thing. So to make the game a bit more fair to, again, well, to the player and to the turrets, I put the 30mm cannons to have 200 rounds. The artillery, as you can see here, it's got 10. And a weapon that I call the plasma cannon. It's like a railgun. If you ever played Halo or whatnot, it's like the Spartan laser. It basically is like that. But yeah, I put the rounds to like a reasonable number, what I would think an average or normal tank would have. So just to give the player a bit more sense of realism. Okay, I have this amount of bullets. I can only do so and so forth. Here. So I just take this last enemy out quickly. Luckily, it's just a rocket. So voila, we have defended the pyramids. So let's just quickly go. As you can see again, I told you about the sand covering the roads. Give it that nice effect, like over the years it's been, so and so forth. So I will now show you what the plasma cannon does. So if I don't go into the combat, if I hold down now the fire trigger, as you can see now, there is a countdown, a charging mechanism that's in there. The only way to fire this one is that you have to keep it at 100%, and it will just go like that. If I wanted to fire it, let's say that it will not fire. It will stay there. It will stay at the charge because I couldn't implement when it over time it will decrease the charge because I couldn't implement it because of my lack of knowledge and so on and so forth. So let's now just quickly enter this and try to take down as much as the enemies for in case I do get killed. But I will show the death animation in a sec to see where the player will spawn and so on and so forth. So let's just take care of these guys. So if I now quickly say, like, okay, if I want to demonstrate death now, I'll do it now. So let's quickly get to there. Now, obviously I just died, so now instead of having, let's say, max armor, I only have 50% armor, just to give that player, right, okay, if I die again, I'll only have that armor, max armor. The player will still get full health, because well, it's just full health, like anyone, like, respawn, you get full health, that's basically in any case basic game. Armor-wise, you get about 50% or none of it in some games, so I've decided to give the player 50% just to give him a little chance. For ammo-wise, the player will not get resupplied until they get to a resupply point that's in-game at the moment. So at the moment, we just need to go back to that and finish that quest. Let's just go into here, go over here, and just do so on and so forth here. Right, okay. The next quest we're going to come along is the resupply point. So the resupply point is basically here. I just need to slowly and carefully take out so on and so forth. Well, here, because obviously you've only got so many ammunition, you just want to make sure that you absolutely 100% hit the target. Now, as you can see here, you said it has ammo pickup. So at the moment, my ammo from my 30mm cannons is just 13 bullets. I'm out of artillery, and I got one plasma cannon charge left. So I just go quickly pick it up, and voila! I am now back to max ammunition. So let's now continue on. Oh, and here comes the drone. I only have 2 drones in this game so far, just to give the player a bit more of a bit of a leeway, because obviously it's a moving target, and also this drone is a rocket one compared to the other, which is just a normal. 5 regular bullets. So that's a good charge. Just before I continue, I'll talk about the scoring system. All the turrets are based. Once they get destroyed, the player will get 200 points each for each one. The drones they'll give you, because they're moving targets, and also there's only like 2 of them in the game for this tutorial. It'll give you 500 points each. So obviously, so on and so forth. So let's continue on. We're almost at the end point. I have added like a few ambush points, like let's say here, like there's just one ambush point. The player will come along. If you see here, the player will get attacked by, let's say, all the like 3-4 turrets. The player can either ignore them or let's say destroy them. So for this demonstration, I'll just quickly just destroy him. Using the weapons that I have and the animation that I have at this said moment. So it's now do the plus I can. And also while trying to dodge the incoming bullets. Right. When I now come up to the last checkpoint. The reason why I set this path up to be just like you have to go around is that obviously if you can see here there is like a cliff or mountain that's over time that's been disgraded by the sand being cut down as that, but also just to give a player like, right, I could not quite climb over this, so instead I just follow the path to a nice clean area, so on and so forth. The player, if they wanted to, they can go over it just like this. It'll take them a little bit of time because sometimes it's just the texture and also the player mode sometimes get a little stuck, but the player will be able to go over just like this. So let's just continue on to the final part. Again, I just added like a few decors, like a few trees, a few bushes and trees and a few houses. I didn't want to add too much because I know the setting I want is like a desert in the Savannah Desert, where actually like not much people will much like tree life vegetation, so wolf would be there because it's like lack of water and so on and so forth. Again, this is just for like a little details, like a little decor, just a little bit, just to give it like a bit more of a theme setting of where it is. So let's now go over here to the last checkpoint, to the last mission, and I will quickly go and do this. And again, because of the sand's been going here. This is supposed to be like a ruined ancient city or temple or shrine. Basically, over the years, sand's been slowly building up. As you can see, it's all bumped or whatnot. So the player can go over this, but it'll be a bit bumpy, so on and so forth, and also give the turrets, let's say that we're in here, a bit more cover. So now that we've got all the objectives done, the player can continue down this road if they want to this point here, which will end point. I have a few additional points which I'll quickly show you before I end this. So obviously one that's there at the end of the road. Also I have another additional point that I have here just to give the player a few more points, and as well if the player decides to come back over here for some reason. One here at the LC for the resupply, and again at the one at the start. So now that we've done that, I think that's all of it that is covered. Can't think of anything else that I need to show. So I think at this very moment that is it. Yep, so I now just quickly go back to where I was and I'll end the map. So and that's it. Now that it's come there, this will come up. It'll tell you what the score is. At the moment, that's the maximum. Again, it's just a tutorial. I'll just get to play a little bit of hands-on, what the controllers do, so on and so forth, etc. So let's just come out of that, and alright, we can end it there.